We are now talking to the hosts of the Saturday night's Hope of event at SUNY Purchase, Laura and Rick Franchella. What's up, Laura? And what's up, Rick?
How are you guys doing?
Hi.
We are good, man. Obviously, we were getting into the New York Jets, and I try to kind of look at statistics and really remark about all the fans out there that attacked me on social media for the last couple of weeks about Zach Wilson. I have spoke very highly of Zach Wilson over the last couple of years, and he just hasn't cut it for the New York Jets. And now the Jets, as of right now, have moved on to Mike White. But before we get into your thoughts, Rick, on your New York Jets, tell us a little bit about your story and your event that's going to be held at SUNY Purchase in Westchester on Saturday night.
So, A Night of Hope is the name of our event, is inspired by Rick and I's two late-term pregnancy losses. We lost our son, Leo, at 20 weeks in July 2020, and then we lost our daughter, Sophia, at 29 weeks in August 2021. And after losing Sophia, we were introduced to the Star Legacy Foundation, and we really connected with their mission. They support families that have gone through pregnancy losses of infants, and they also do research. And that was a big push for us to get involved with them, because in our own research in finding out what happened and why we lost Sophia, we don't have any answers. And so we really appreciate the fact that Star Legacy is trying to get answers. And that's how we started A Night of Hope.
It is going to be such a wonderful event. We're so super excited to be able to give back and make positivity out of a situation that has been something that has created a lot of grief and a lot of stress for us when we lost our daughter last year. So we're just super excited to be able to put on a show that people will be able to come, have fun, eat amazing food, drink amazing wine and beer that's sponsored by Wolf and Warrior Brewing Company. We're just super excited to have this event and be able to put a spin of joy onto a very negative situation that my wife and I are going through, as well as too many other people go through when a baby loss happens.
As everybody knows, we are talking to the host of the Night of Hope event at SUNY Purchase, Laura and Rick Franchella. So obviously, I've spoken to you guys off air, and so many different things about your story that is just absolutely, sad. But you guys are very strong people. Obviously, Rick and you, Laura. I mean, losing two children, it's heartbroken. It's really heartbroken. And to me, my sister lost a son about a year ago now, and I know what it's like to lose a family member of that significant. But how have you guys been? How have you guys dealt with this over the last couple of years? I mean, obviously, with all the stuff that you're trying to do and the money that you're trying to raise, but how have you been? As a couple, how do you guys feel as a couple over the last couple of years going through all this?
It's been really challenging, and we found that through this, Rick and I certainly grieve very differently. And that was something that we had to come to terms with and learn about ourselves and about each other, and just allow ourselves and each other to grieve in the way that feels most comfortable and natural to us. So for me, I certainly wore my grief. It was very visible, and it was a lot more difficult for me to deal with. And, that's why I relied on Star Legacy's support groups, the hospital with the social worker support groups, my therapist. I've had a lot of support in that way, just to, be able to talk it through. Grief is very different for Rick, so he has his own.
Yeah, I mean,
journey.
Being an elementary school teacher, positivity and joy is something that I do on a daily basis. And as an elementary school teacher, I'm very exuberant and I'm very loud and am a very happy person when it comes to being an elementary school teacher. So when we lost our son Leo in July of 2020, and then our daughter Sophia last year in August of 2021, what I like to say, I put on clown makeup, and for 8 to 9 months, I was faking being extremely happy at work, even though obviously the only thing getting me through it during school was my amazing children and the students at my wonderful school. But I was, it seemed as if I was faking happiness for my wife so that she would be able to learn how to grieve and get through this. And I was convincing myself and convincing the world that I could handle this when in reality I couldn't, and I wasn't okay. And when I started to come to terms with the fact that we have different grief and that our grief is not going to follow the same road and that both of our grief is worth the same thing, was when I truly started to heal. As you know, because as a man, I thought that after all of this, I only needed to be there for my wife, and that was untrue. I needed to first be there for myself so that I could be there for my wife.
So you mentioned the event on Saturday. What are the other ways that you have spread your story, your message to a lot of these other people that are going through this, and any other message that you want to send any listeners that might be feeling that kind of pain?
No, of course. We so the shirt that we have on right now is the Star Legacy Foundation, and this is the largest beneficiary of A Night of Hope, and they give wonderful grief counseling sessions, which we attended after we lost our daughter Sophia. They're also doing a ton in terms of awareness and research around the country for stillbirth. We've also gone on walks for stillbirth and for baby loss. Do you want to talk about some of the other ways we've been spreading the word too on the radio and TV and such?
Yeah, we've had a lot of great publicity in being able to share our story. But I think what I would want people to know, especially people who have gone through this, is just know that you're not alone, and you're okay to deal with it in the way that you feel safe enough to deal with it. For us, it was something that we needed to do was to talk about it. And because I think we felt very shut out by people, friends and family, and they had all good intentions and they love us, but they didn't know what to say to us. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to comfort us. And that's also okay. So if you're a family member of somebody who've lost in a pregnancy or lost an infant, it's okay that you don't know what to do, because you're not supposed to know what to do. This is not.
And to say that you don't know what to do.
And to say, like,
and you don't know the answers.
Just to ask, what can I do for you? That was the biggest thing that we learned through all of this, is just have your family members and your friends just say, what can I do for you? It's not enough to say, like, let me know if you need something. Because
I'm not sure if I know.
Yeah, we don't even know ourselves. And that was something we kept telling one, like, I don't know how to deal with this grief. This is grief that's new to me. So just, be kind to yourself, be kind to your friends and family, and just make sure that you say exactly what it is when you need it. And that could change at a moment's notice, because grief is not linear. It's completely chaotic.
We are talking to the host of A Night of Hope event at SUNY Purchase, Laura and Rick Franchella. Tell us a little bit about the event. I know you said there's going to be food, there's going to be wine. Who is, obviously, there's a couple of big singers and different people that are going to be there. Tell us a little bit about the event. How many people are right now showing up, and tell the fans how they can actually find you guys if there are tickets still available.
Yeah, so we're super pumped because our headliner for this amazing benefit concert is the voice of Freddie Mercury in the award-winning movie Bohemian Rhapsody. His name is Mark Martel. The dude is amazing. He sounds and looks exactly like Freddie Mercury, and he is going to shut the house down. It's going to be so amazing. We also have comedian from America's Got Talent, Joe Matarese. We also have Matthew Schuler, who was a finalist for The Voice. We have the Harlem Gospel Choir. Just utterly amazing acts. We have Lady Gaga's violinist, Judy Kang. It is going to be such an amazing night. So the curtains open on that amazing performance at 7:15 this Saturday. But from 5:30 until 7 o'clock, we have Polsky Sports coming in and doing such a wonderful auction event with tons of memorabilia, Jets and Giants memorabilia as well. And there's jewelry and handbags, so many things to bid on. We also, our food is sponsored by a local wonderful food vendor called Garden Catering, up where I'm from in Greenwich, Connecticut, and also near Westchester. And so, do you want to tell everybody where they can still get tickets? Because we have about 300 tickets sold right now, and we have some more tickets sold, but we would absolutely love your listeners to come because you're going to be there.
So you can still find tickets on Eventbrite. So if you search A Night of Hope and look for December 3rd at SUNY Purchase, you're going to see that it's presented by the Star Legacy Foundation and the Franchella family. That is us. So right on Eventbrite.
Well, we're really excited. Me and Speedy will be going on Saturday nights.
Yay!
Yes, and we're gonna have some fun and maybe have some laughs with everybody that's going to be there. It's so interesting because me and Speedy have been to so many different foundations and events. We've been to the Tom Coughlin event. I've done a bunch of events for the NFL, the NHL, and the NBA, and all of them, they raise, obviously have their own foundations and they raise money for all these great causes. But your cause and what you guys have been through, it's remarkable that you guys have the strength and the wherewithal to do something like this and really help so many people around the country and around the state of New York and the tri-state area. And it's so interesting because Laura, when we spoke, you told me to tell my sister to reach out to you, and for all the stuff that you've been through and for you to talk to another soul, another person that's been through it, it's pretty amazing. It really is. And it shows who you are as a person and really who you and Rick are as people. You guys are really sweet people, and I could see what you guys are trying to do. And for all the things that you guys have done in such a short time, it's just remarkable. And you guys should absolutely be proud of yourselves on the work that you put into this.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I mean, no one will say that it's been easy. It has been the hardest thing that we've had to experience in our lives. And we just felt last February, when we were still in the midst of our grief, not fully being able to communicate with everybody in our lives about what was going on, we just said that we needed to do something. And this, for us, has been an extremely cathartic experience where we are finally making lemonade out of lemons. We're finally putting some joy into a situation that has been utterly horrible. And we, like you said, thank you so much for saying that. We are so proud of ourselves. And, we're just two educators. I'm a STEM teacher and Laura's a speech language pathologist. We don't know how to put on events, but we did it, and it's going to be amazing. This is all that some lay person like us that we can do, is try our best and do something for a good cause. And that is what A Night of Hope is going to be, which severely exceeded our expectations when we first came up with this idea in February of this year.
Yeah, thank you again so much. It really also stemmed from the fact that when we didn't get answers, I'm just not a person to sit down and be told, I'm sorry, we don't have an answer for you. That's just not a reasonable response. And I think we still have a lot of work to do for sure. 23,000 pregnancies lost a year is just also not acceptable. And we just hope that, more research can be done because the numbers have just been stagnant. Haven't made any progress in research. We haven't made any progress here in America, and we don't want to be another statistic. Although when we went through our grief counseling and our support groups, we were told that we're part of a family now, or part of a group. We don't want to be a part of this group, but we're now a part of this group. It was nice to know that those people are out there, and to know. So when I reached out to you and said, I would love to speak to your sister, I truly meant that because to be able to connect with people, again, you don't want to be in this group, but you are a part of it. At least I felt that it made us feel a little bit better and a little bit safer in this world that we're in right now.